Hello everybody and welcome to another Mirrorverse review. And today we're going to be looking at the 5-inch Donald Duck Mirrorverse action figure. Now this toy is for ages 4 and up, and this is made by McFarlane Toys. And I believe this character is part of Wave 2 of the Mirrorverse line, along with Baloo and Genie. On the front of the box, we have a really nice clear view of Donald Duck looking really awesome in really cool battle armor. We have the nice stellar mirror background behind him. We have his name on the top. He's a tank character just like Genie. We have the Mirrorverse logo on the top as well. We have the McFarlane logo on the other side. This is for ages 4 and up, like I mentioned before. We have some cool artwork of Donald Duck, and we also get his card. And here's some warnings. Here are the sides. And on the back, we get some other characters you could get in this Wave 2 of the Mirrorverse line. A fractured version of Sully and Baloo, in which I do have him, so stay tuned for a review on him. And here's the bottom with the UPC. So let's get this guy open. Okay guys, now it's time to get this open. So we're just going to peel the tape off on this tab. We're just going to slide it down like this. And now we're going to open this package up. We're just going to flip it to the side. Ooh. Well, that was pretty easy. So here he is. And let's get his card out, which I believe we're going to get it out right now. Just take the time to peel it off. Okay, so here it is. Okay guys, so we're now going to push Donald out of this plastic packaging. We're just going to push it off like this, and he's free. Now let's get his little battle weapon, and looks really good. And here is Donald out of the packaging. Now this is a really great character from the Mirrorverse line, and the contents you get with this set are a Donald figure, a little axe that kind of looks like an anchor, and his card. So let's look at the card first. Starting off with the front of the card, we have a nice picture of Donald Duck saluting. We have the nice Mirrorverse logo on the top. We have his name at the bottom. He's a tank character just like Genie, like I mentioned before. And we also have the white on the sides of this card, which are really cool. And on the back, we have another cool picture of Donald holding his axe. And we get his stats that show you how well he plays in the game, with a 7 out of 10 of defeating enemies, 7 out of 10 for shielding, 2 out of 10 for the targeting, and 5 out of 10 for the healing. And we get a little bio that says, Donald is a sailor on the sea of fate, sometimes temperamental, sometimes daring, sometimes both. But now, he can transform his temper into raw power, giving him the strength and fortitude of a battleship. Anchors away. Now that we finished looking at the card, we're now going to look at Donald Duck himself. So starting with the head, you can see that it is pretty cartoony, and I really like the expression. He looks mad, ready to fight the fractured, and you can also see that his hat is kind of crooked, and it's pretty shiny with metallic blue, I think, and looks pretty cool. You can also see a little anchor on his hat, which is gold and sort of shiny. And the silver is sort of shiny too, really cool. And on the back, you can see that this little pointy thing here is kind of sharp, so definitely be careful. You could also see that his color is red, which I really like. And moving down to the body, his battle armor looks so cool. Just look at the blue, really shiny. Same with the gold, super shiny. And same with the silver over here, really cool. And on the back, we have more of that gold and blue again and silver. And he has a shoulder pad on his left arm, which is made of a hard plastic, because when you move his left arm, you can't go any further, sadly. Moving on to the arms, you can see that we have a really nice silver shoulder pad on both sides, which are to protect him from a fractured enemy who gets in his way. And it's a bit of a soft plastic, which is good. And we also have some forearm guards here on his sleeves so that he could protect himself. And you can see it's painted with shiny blue, shiny silver, with a little bit of yellow on both sides. While on the left hand, it's a high five hand, as on the right hand, it's a holding hand for his axe. Moving down to the lower legs, you can see that it's not really covered with armor, except the fact that it's just plain white, and it's a hard plastic. And you can see his feathers here are pretty cute, except the thing here is that the tip here is really sharp, so you have to be careful. Same with the one on the top of his head, like I mentioned before. And moving down to the legs, you can see that it's just plain yellow plastic and it's static. And here's the bottom with some wordings. Now let's look at articulation. His head is on a joint that rotates all the way around. We have some side to side pivot and a little bit of up and down. His right arm can rotate all the way around, while the left arm has a little bit of rotation because his shoulder pad gets in the way over here. The right arm can lift up to a 90-degree angle, while the left arm has a little bit because of his shoulder pad, like I mentioned before, just like that. His elbow bends 90 degrees, and it also rotates. And his hand can rotate left to right, but it does not go up and down. Same for the other hand. And his waist can rotate left to right, but it's kind of stiff. And his legs can't move at all because it's static, like I mentioned before. Luckily, he can stand really well. Now, let's look at his accessory. The only accessory Donald has is his battle axe. So if you flip it down, it kind of looks like an anchor, which is pretty funny. So as you can see here, we have a nice handle here so that he can hold it in his right hand. And it's kind of bendy, made of a little soft plastic, which is really good. But you still have to be careful because it may break on you by accident. We have really nice shiny blue and some nice paint on the yellow in the middle. On the back, it's pretty much the same with the blue and yellow and the silver. So to put it in his hand, just basically look for this handle here, like I mentioned before. Then we're just gonna put it inside, like so. It's kind of tricky in the first place because it's new. Then we're just gonna put it inside like that. It's bendy, so you don't have to worry. And then we could do it like that, and there you go. Now, let's get into some fun poses. Here's some fun poses, with the first one being the standard pose, the second one where he's waving, the third one like what we see in the game, and the last one where he's holding his axe as if he's like the mighty Thor raising his hammer. So I hope you enjoyed this Mirrorverse review. Please subscribe to me if you're new here. You can also follow me on my Instagram and Twitter accounts if you would like. And I think Donald looks so good beside the other Mirrorverse characters that I got so far. So thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for another Mirrorverse review coming soon. And goodbye!